Welcome back to Invisalign Arena here in Morrisville, North Carolina. Chris Lehman back with you. Glad to see you this weekend as the NC State Ice Pack host your North Carolina Tar Heels. It's going to be a really, really good game tonight. Can't wait to get to the action, but we're going to talk a little bit about what is coming up in this game because this is likely going to be one of the best games we've seen between these two squads in a while. I was able to talk to both coaches before this game, and it's really kind of brings up a question amongst hockey players, really. What would you rather do? Would you rather practice or would you rather play a game? And I think for players, the answer is easy. Everyone would rather play the game. For North Carolina, that's been how it's been. Their ice has been out of commission. There was an issue with the compressor out in Hillsboro, so there haven't been a lot of practices for the team. We talked to Coach Volkman about that before the game tonight, and he said it just hasn't been the same. There's a little bit of that disconnect during the week because you don't really get to see the players the way you typically would if they had their normal scheduled practices. They've been doing some kind of Zoom film sessions and some things of that nature to try and make up for that lost time, but it's been really more about the game experience for the Tar Heels so far this season. On the other side, for the Ice Pack, this is just going to be their third game. On the other hand, though, they've had plenty of time to practice here on this same rink in Invisalign Arena, so they're going to have a lot of practice. The Tar Heels have a lot of game time so far. The question is, which one is going to win out tonight? We're going to find out very, very soon, less than 15 minutes until puck drop. We're going to take a quick break here on our pregame. When we come back, we do have some highlights from the High Point game from a little earlier this season. So we'll be back with more coverage of Tar Heel hockey after this.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the Health Markets difference.
All of the night. shot, tipped in, they score. What a play by Cole Kosowski, the transfer from San Diego State.
He loves to see the face of Justin.
Right. Here comes Sabot. Kosowski, the goal scorer for Carolina, drops for Winfrey, they score. Temkin had it, but lost it. Trickles in, and it's a 2-1 lead for Carolina. Sabot sends it to the blue line. Here's Gleason, he'll fire a shot, and it leaks past Temkin, they score. 3-1 to score. Sabot led the line back to the bench. It looks like he's going to be the one who takes credit for the goal. Oh, what a save! No, they score. I thought he kept the rebound out, but Friedman put it past him, and it's 4-1 Carolina. Oh, what a move by Mahan. Snipes got the water bottle. Can't even be mad about that. Nothing Temkin could do. 5-3 game.
But what a shot.
Oh, yeah.
What a shot.
Edwards behind everybody. Onside. The shot they score.
Dagger.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it could probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally, because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the health market's difference.
I don't think that eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
And now it's starting to get loud, it's starting to get rowdy, just about game time. We're going to take one more break, but before we do, we're going to take a look at a couple of things we're going to keep our eye on, boiling it down really to 1 point for each team. First, we're going to start with NC State. I did talk to head coach Tim Healy a little bit earlier. For him, the main focus for his team tonight is speed. He feels like they play that speed game up and down the ice better than the Tar Heels do, and so he wants to get out, push the pace with his Ice Pack squad, and force Carolina to play at that same speed. For UNC, one of the key things coming into this season that's still kind of an unanswered question and could very well be answered tonight is the goaltending. Will Douthit was incredible between the pipes last year for the Tar Heels, kept them in a lot of games that maybe they shouldn't have been in, and so that's going to be really important tonight. How does Lucas Brown do in the net for the Tar Heels? Going to be a test against the Ice Pack. We're going to have puck drop coming up in just a moment. We'll be right back from Invisalign Arena. Tar Heels, Ice Pack, right after this.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it could probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally, because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the Health Market's difference.
Welcome back to Invisalign Arena here in Morrisville, North Carolina. They're announcing starting lineups out there now. This is going to be a great atmosphere tonight. It is going to be standing room only once they get everybody in, about a 1,500 person capacity here in Wake Competition Center. So some great atmosphere for the game. It'll be an interesting test. Not quite as big as PNC Arena, and of course a lot of these guys have played in that game, but it will be a great atmosphere for the game tonight. And as you can look out there and see, there are some plenty of fans out ready for this one to get started. They're finishing up the pregame festivities. I believe it's Abby Lampe will be headed out there, the NC State alum who won the cheese chasing contest across the pond. She's going to drop the puck. While they do that, we're going to head to one more break. We'll be back with Puck Drop right after this.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
They played the national anthem now, and the two teams set to go as we get ready to start this one. Should be a great one. Chris Lehman with you at Invisalign Arena here at Wake Competition Center. We're in Morrisville, North Carolina tonight as the Tar Heels, with their 8th game of the season, coming in 3-3-1 up against the 1-1 Wolfpack. Of course, the one loss for the Ice Pack, coming against their Division I opponent in Liberty University. They were up there a couple weekends ago, and it went about as expected with a Division I and a Division II team matching up. So a good experience for this Ice Pack team, but they're going to have a tough one on their hands against the Tar Heels, who bring one of their deepest rosters here to Invisalign Arena tonight. Should be a good one. We're underway. Ice Pack in red moving right to left. Tar Heels moving left to right in white. And it starts quickly in the neutral zone. Pinballing into the ice pack zone. They'll chip it deep. That's O'Hear sending it in. Hogan on the forecheck. He'll put some pressure on behind the net. O'Hear getting to it in the far corner. Turns it back, but he has 2 red jerseys on him. Garrett Arini takes it away. It'll be moved out by Matt Miller, and the ice pack move it in. Philip Bailey down into the corner. Works it down behind the goal. Arini chases it to the far half wall, trying to spin it back deep. Fanned on that pass. It'll be loose along the wall. Couple of Tar Heels there. They come away with it. Out to Henry Foster now, down the right wing. Watched by the captain of the ice pack, Victor Hugo, who rubs him off the puck. Arini to the loose puck, chips it back into his own corner, but the Tar Heels come away with it. Hogan sends it to the middle. Nobody there in a white jersey, and the ice pack clear it up and out. Tar Heels in control. Malone goes D to D with Gleason. He'll bank it off the wall, looking for Kozowski. That one's knocked away, and a Tar Heel goes spinning to the ice. But play will continue. Thought we might see a penalty there on UNC. Along the near wall, looking to force it out. O'Shaughnessy. It's chipped up and out. Kozowski putting some pressure on. Ice pack able to knock it back to their blue line. Herman in control. Cross ice for Alex Robinson. He's got some pressure there. Misha Sabodin knocks him down. High slot, has a shot, and it catches the glass behind the goal. O'Shaughnessy now in control. Good pressure from the Tar Heels here. Sabodin absorbs a hit, gets it deep. Ice pack going to be the first to it in the near corner. A battle along the wall. Good pressure from the Tar Heels. They come away with it. It's Simon Malone. Backhand attempt. That one's thwarted. Still loose over in the far circle. Kozowski with it. He'll be worked by Zach Herman. Tar Heels come away with it. Beautiful passing play in front, and a nice save made by Isaac Toyer. A starting netminder for the Ice Pack tonight. An in-close chance there for Misha Sabodin, the first shot for either team. And we get our first whistle with 17:55 to go in the first. Leighton Walsh out with David Mahan and Noah Friedman for the Tar Heels on this offensive zone draw. It'll be won by the Ice Pack. They've won both draws here early. Charles Monteith along the near wall. He's forced to retreat by Friedman, who disrupts the cross-ice pass, but only momentarily. Leighton Walsh holding it at the blue line nicely. Puck caught in skates, and now the Ice Pack come away with it. Here's Monteith down the near left wing. Looking to the middle, he'll take a shot, handled by Brown, who holds on for the whistle. Now, Lucas Brown in net tonight, the freshman out of Rye, New York, was, coach told us, a game-time decision, battling a little bit of fatigue. But he is in net, and a nice easy test to start this one from an off angle, not the hardest shot, and a good one to get into the game on. Ice Pack control again off the draw. They've won the first 3. Tar Heels, though, control trying to get it out. Mahan knocked off the puck. Tar Heels will sweep it around to the near wall and try again. And now they have some space. Cross ice pass misses everybody, and the Ice Pack control. They'll back up into their own end. Here's Kujelski. Errant pass. Leighton Walsh comes away with it in the neutral zone. Spinning in front. Couldn't get the pass to the middle. And the Ice Pack will control. It's Monteith behind his own net. He's knocked off the puck, but NC State has a man there. Stolen away. Chance in front, but it's caught in the skates of the Tar Heel player. I believe that's Sabodin who had the chance. Or no, pardon me, Sam Ives. So the Tar Heels with good pressure. Now a shot from the outside, gloved and held on to by Toyer. Zach Mangle putting that one on goal, and it'll stay scoreless. Not one that really tested Isaac Toyer too much. So the face-off to the blocker side of the Ice Pack net for Toyer. Ives out there with Vaglia and Mangle. That's the line for the Tar Heels up front. Good pressure from them. Winfrey, one of the defensemen, stepped up, and now here's a chance for the Ice Pack on an odd man rush if they hurry. Backhand chance, just missed over the near side. That was Alex Fong with the opportunity, and NC State with a chance here to get some pressure in the offensive end. Tar Heels able to regain control. Mangle gains the red line and shoots it in. Zajic on the forecheck, knocks his man down but can't gain possession. Now Jackson Cowan in control. Sends it around behind. Foster the first to it for UNC. This is a great start for the Tar Heels. They've controlled the play and had a lot of time in the offensive zone. Hogan leaves it for Foster, looking in front for Saboden. That's going to slide back to the point. One-timer from Malone hit a body on the way through. Now it's Gleason with a try. That one's patted away in front. The rebound is there. O'Hear knocks it on goal, and he'll get a little bit extra as he slides into the crease on Toyer. But 3 or 4 great chances there for UNC. And they continue to carry play here against the Ice Pack. 15:41 to go in this first period. Shots are 4-1 in favor of North Carolina. Possession time probably at about that fraction as well. Hogan to take the draw for the Tar Heels. Wins it back to O'Hear from the top of the near circle. He hit a skate with the wrist shot, and it'll be deflected over to the far side. Chipped back into the middle. Tar Heels hold the zone. Knocked down nicely by Hogan. They say it was not a high stick, so play continues as Foster drives behind the net. He'll be squeezed into the boards. Ricky Frost collects the loose puck for NC State. They go rink wide with it. Nice receipt of the pass by Matt Miller. He'll carry forward down the near left wing. Dispossessed, and the Tar Heels lift it up and out. Foster with speed gets to it first. Going one-on-one there with he'll be knocked down, spins it back in front. There were 2 Tar Heels there. Nobody got a stick on it. Close but no cigar a couple times now for UNC. Breakout pass, hits a skate. Tar Heels still able to control. O'Shaughnessy carries it forward. Drops it off. Chance for Kozowski. Just got the toe of Toyer. Tar Heels back in possession. O'Shaughnessy from the near circle. Right into the breadbasket of Toyer. And he'll hold on. A lot of shots for the Tar Heels, and a lot of them from pretty good areas, but the location of the shot in relation to the net, or in terms of where it would be going into the net, have not been great selections. A lot of it right into that Ice Pack crest on Toyer's jersey so far. They've been easy to handle. Kozowski gets a little warning there as he creeps into the circle early. NC State controls off the draw. They have been dominant in the face-off circle here early. They'll move it forward. Zach Robinson unable to receive the pass cleanly. Tar Heels back in control. It's Saboden at his own blue line, turning with it. Beautiful pass. He finds Kozowski moving to the top of the far circle, and he wrists one high over the top of the crossbar. Tar Heels will get back possession. O'Shaughnessy forcing his way to the middle. He's knocked off the puck. Now Zach Herman moves forward, looking for Robinson, and they're going to come in off sides. We'll get a stoppage. And the face-off comes out to the Tar Heel blue line. Not quite 6 minutes gone, and NC State looking like the tentative team right now. Ice Pack have been back on their heels. There hasn't been a lot of offensive zone time. The Tar Heels, as soon as it gets into their end, they're taking it away and sending it right back. And then their forecheck, which was so great last year, continues to be good this year as they set it up. And they'll try and set it up again here. Rung around the boards, kept in at the blue line. Bouncing puck in the slot as it hit a body on the way through. That was Hugo. Breakout pass, stolen away by Walsh. He'll turn it right back, looking to the middle. Loose puck. Rebound in front for Friedman, and he's going to carry it into the corner. Back out in front, pops up, and it'll be swatted to the far corner by Cowan. Great pressure from the Tar Heels. Leighton Walsh lifts a pass across. Zajic trying to get the one-timer on it. Was a little bit too close in, and he fans on it. Still the forecheck on for the Tar Heels. Stepping up Zajic at the blue line, unable to hold the zone. And it looks like we're going to have a face-off in the Ice Pack end. And this happened right in front of where we're standing here this evening. And it looks like there was some sort of confusion with the bench there. Nothing that would result in a penalty, but it will bring the face-off into the NC State zone. Near circle. Ives out there with Vaglia and Mangle for the Tar Heels. On that offensive line, Malone and Gleason out there as the D pairing. Victor Hugo in control as the Ice Pack win yet another draw. Tar Heels only with one face-off win so far tonight. Hasn't stopped them from possessing the puck a lot, though. Ice Pack need a change, so they'll get it deep and go off. That'll leave space for it. UNC to break out. Mangle tries to touch it past Emery Oliver. But Oliver able to send it back deep after taking it away. Tar Heels in possession once more. Looking to break out up the near side under the stick of Sam Ives. But it's turned right back to him by Ricky Frosch. Frosch back with it again. Looks all the way across. Here comes Emery Oliver to the middle, trying to connect with Colby Bilodeau, pardon me, and unable to do so. Here comes Simon Malone, the defenseman, carries it forward as the Tar Heels get a change, floats it in on goal, sticked away easily by Toyer. And NC State breaks it back out. It's Oliver again. Splits a couple of Tar Heels, racing in, and he hits a body with the first shot. The second try got up over the net. John Miglior was in the way for UNC. But here's a chance for NC State to set up in the offensive zone. Puck behind the Tar Heel net. O'Heir trying to force it up the near wall. Frosch holds the near blue line, throws it towards the net through traffic. It looked like it hit the bar. NC State with their first sustained zone time. Good pressure, though, by the Tar Heels. Henry Foster will bring it out. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Foster coming in. He takes the shot, and a big glove save by Isaac Toyer. I think that's the right decision by Foster. He tried to look off the netminder and kind of weighed his option. He had Dan O'Heir with him on the odd man rush, but it was well defended by the Ice Pack. And so there really wasn't much of an option but to shoot there. And a nice save made by Toyer. But UNC continuing to control the majority of this hockey game, outshooting NC State 9-1 right now. Along the near wall, chipped up and out, and a break for Arini moving forward. 1-on-1, quick shot in on Lucas Brown. He's going to hold on, and a face-off coming in the Tar Heel end. One thing I asked head coach Tim Healy earlier when I talked to him for NC State was how he planned to address the new goaltending for UNC, because he had to have plenty of good things to say about how Will Douthit, really helped keep UNC in games last year and how hard he was to score on. But of course he's gone now, and one of the things he wants to see from his team tonight is just get the shots to the net, get a lot of shots, force him to make some mistakes. And right now, just 2 shots on goal. And part of it, what you're seeing right now, is wide. Tar Heels not giving them a lot of room in the neutral zone. And as a result, they don't have a lot of possession in the offensive end. So here come the Tar Heels again. Kozowski chips it up the wall. He finds O'Shaughnessy, but he quickly has it stolen away by Matt Miller, who will backhand it up the near wall. Breakout pass in the air, knocked down by Kozowski and swatted along by O'Shaughnessy. Good pressure. Here's Saboden picking up the loose puck. He takes the shot and hits the crossbar. Great chance there. Zajic over to the far side wall. Another wrister coming through, deflected wide. Skitters over to the near wall for Saboden. Looking to the middle. Mahan the intended target. The puck pops up in the air. Mahan finds it. He moves back in. Quick shot. Hit a body in front. Great chances here for the Tar Heels. They'll keep the pressure on. Winfrey holds the zone momentarily. Now the Ice Pack need a change. Tar Heels look to take advantage. Stretch pass up the ice. Icing will be waved off as Cowan gets to it before the goal line. And Alex Fong collects and clears. Tar Heels able to take it right back. Along the near side, Malone chipping it to the middle. Hit Friedman in the back. And that'll turn it over. Fong again with a heavy touch. Turns it over, loose puck in the neutral ice, will be backhanded in. And a battle at the blue line. Ice Pack able to take over again. Hugo over to Cowan, slams it up the wall. It'll be chipped in from the blue line. The Ice Pack avoid icing there, but they do give it back to UNC. Behind his own net, Malone looks to the far side. Gleason chips it up the wall, and Friedman gets to it. Bad timing there as he had trouble controlling it. Able to come in on sides, though, as Gleason sends it in. Stick behind the net, takes a hard bounce off the glass after Tarrier got a stick to it, but UNC not able to get to the loose puck first. NC State will clear. Fong gains the red line, tries to clear it in, but that'll be blocked down. UNC turns it right back. Headman pass is too long, finds Victor Hugo. He moves it forward, and Herman takes a shot that whistles wide of the blocker of Lucas Brown. One of the better chances for NC State here in the first 11 minutes. Still scoreless. Shots are 9-2 in favor of UNC. And they'll shut it down at the blue line again. Trying again is Herman. Knocked off the puck. Tar Heels swat it back to the center ice logo. Now Victor Hugo will try his luck. He carries it in down the right wing. Has the puck stolen away. Now Mangle looks to the middle. Bouncing puck kicked to center ice. NC State needs a change, so they'll send it deep. Herman going to stay on, though, on the forecheck. First to it, spins a pass in front. Bouncing puck, Mangle able to clear it back over to that far corner. Here's Alex Robinson. Pinned to the wall, doesn't have many options, tries to go back to the point, and UNC steals it. Foster cutting to the middle, looking for Hogan, just missed his stick, but Foster tracks it down in the near corner. Back behind the net for Hogan. Nice reverse hit there from Hogan as he knocked down Herman. Foster has the puck taken away. Pass to the middle, finds Robinson. NC State back into the offensive end. O'Hear knocks Robinson off the puck and takes it back. Looking up the wall, trying to find Foster. That'll be knocked down nicely by Langenfels. And the Tar Heels will regroup again in their own end. Nifty little move there from O'Hear. He'll move forward. Finds Foster on the near right wing. He'll take a hit as he crosses the red line and sends it deep. O'Hear in on the forecheck, putting pressure on Langenfels. He'll break it out through the middle. Stepping around a defender, Emery Oliver headmans it. He finds Drew Bresingham. Bresingham carries it behind the net. He'll be closed off behind the UNC cage, and the Tar Heels can move it back out again. Here comes Kozlowski. Steps around the defender, charging in. Backhand pass out in front, still loose in the crease. Tar Heels can't poke it home, and it'll be cleared out to the blue line. Tar Heels keep the pressure on. Shot whistles high and wide. This one's going to ring around the wall and out. Not a bad attempt there from Zach Mengel. Just missed the net. UNC sends it deep again. Misplayed there momentarily by Jagelski. NC State, though, able to clear. Collected back at their own blue line by Perry Winfrey. He's going to back up with it. Throws it off the far wall. Kozlowski first to it for the Tar Heels. Nowhere to go but backwards. He finds defenseman Zajic looking to stretch it forward for Saboden. Unable to connect. Saboden with the forecheck. Can't dispossess, though. Here comes Philip Bailey for NC State. Quickly loses control. That's been a theme here for NC State. They've started to limit the chances in the offensive end for UNC. There's not quite as much possession for the Tar Heels in the offensive end as they've had, but they're still not letting NC State get into the Tar Heel end cleanly very often, and it has really led to a disjointed first period so far from NC State as Jackson Cowan clears it up into the roofing. Faceoff will stay in the NC State end, but even though the score is still 0-0, I think if you're head coach Jeff Volkman right now, you're pretty pleased with the way this game has gone. You've dictated the pace of play. You've controlled the puck in your offensive end a lot more than your opponent, and you're out shooting them 10-2 about 14 minutes in. You can't ask for much more other than maybe a goal or two. Leighton Walsh on the draw for the Tar Heels. He's going to lose that to Matt Miller. Again, I still only have one face-off win for the Tar Heels here in this first period. Broken out by Philip Bailey down the near left wing. He's going to try and drive to the net. Excellent back check there as the Tar Heels able to shut that down. Pass at the point blocked, but not cleared. Shot over the net. NC State starting to get some chances and some zone time. Here's Miller. Sent back behind. Intended for Oliver. It's going to find its way onto a Tar Heel stick. Here goes Friedman. Looking rink wide for Mahan, who takes it off the wall. He'll backhand it deep, and now Friedman in on the forecheck. Hugo quickly up the far wall to Arini. He has to go backwards with it for Hugo again. They'll try the near left wing now. Bailey chips it up and out. Walsh gets a glove to it, but can't control. And it'll be stick to the near wall by Brown as the Tar Heels bring it back up. Walsh has a head of steam here. He'll bring it down the right wing. Into the corner, circles behind the net, closed off, so he sends it out in front. Friedman throws one that hit a stick and jumped up over the net. Battle over on that far wall. Good effort there from Miglior to hold the zone. He's going to get some help, but the Tar Heels are going to have to go out into neutral ice still. Justin Maggin sends it in. Miglior into forecheck. Tar Heels off for a change, and that'll give NC State time to break it out. Nifty move there from Bilodeau. He's going to bring it in, takes a shot. Looks like it caught the blocker of Brown, but it was well wide anyhow, and the Tar Heels can regroup with possession. They'll look to move it up the near wall. No options there, so they'll turn it back the other way. Miglior trying to chip it out. He puts it right onto the stick of an Ice Pack player. But they're able to get it back, and here comes Foster picking up the loose puck in the neutral zone. Had trouble handling it. Now Fong loses an edge, and the puck's still loose in the NC State end. Into the far corner they go for it. Ice Pack trying to clear it out. Good physical play over on that far side by Zajic. And UNC continuing to lay the hammer here. Hogan bringing it in, and Foster trying to dive back on side. He got tangled up with a Ice Pack defenseman on the way out. He'll be offsides. And so with 4 minutes to go, the face-off on top of the NC State blue line. Top line out there for the Tar Heels, O'Shaughnessy, Saboden, or second line I should say, O'Shaughnessy, Saboden, and Kozowski out there. It's one of the newer lines to keep an eye on. O'Shaughnessy and Kozowski new to the team this year, Saboden in his second year. Looked very good with the Tar Heels in his first season last year. UNC able to get it deep off the face-off when a few face-offs they've been able to control. Quick transition here, chance for NC State, and Herman whistles it up over top of the net. That's been the best chances so far for NC State, have been those odd man rushes in transition up the ice. Now they're gonna hold the zone though. Nice blocker save from Brown as Herman slapped one towards the goal. It'll be rotated around the wall behind the net. Zach Robinson gets to it, curling tight, tries to center it into the slot, stolen away by Saboden. He'll outlet, and here comes O'Shaughnessy. Patrick O'Shaughnessy looking to the middle for Kozowski, and that's stolen away. Now Herman again, his pass disrupted. Nifty little spinorama there from the defenseman Lagenfels, and he'll help the Ice Pack advance. Now Zach Robinson with the centering pass, rejected by Jack Gleason. But NC State starting to get that offensive zone time they've been lacking. Here's Oliver, back to the point. Langenfels slaps it off the glass and back behind the goal. It'll be picked up by Bresingham. Back out to Langenfels. Wrist shot off the glove of Brown. He couldn't squeeze it, and the Tar Heels clear it out to the neutral zone. UNC trying to get a quick change while they have a little bit of time. Ice Pack quickly back in. Oliver over into the far corner. Bresingham, backhand pass out in front. Nobody there to receive it in a red jersey. Ricky Frosch steps to it for the Ice Pack. Down into the corner, sent back out to the blue line. Carabinos over to Frosch. He'll send it deep and go off for a change. And that's going to leave an opening here for Foster coming out. He steps around Jagelski. Or sorry, this is Ives coming in. He takes the shot, and Tollier will hold on to it in the blocker. Sam Ives with a great chance there. A nice little move to get around Jagelski, pardon me, who was coming off the bench. It was kind of a badly timed change for NC State and led to another great scoring chance for the Tar Heels. Still looking for that first goal with 2:05 to go in this first period. Walsh to take the draw for UNC up against Matt Miller, who will kick it backwards, and it's controlled by Jagelski. He'll receive it back behind his own net. Looking to skate it out himself. Headman's for Miller. Forward again for Arini. He'll hold it around the blue line over to Jagelski, who steps in with it. The defenseman rips one just wide. So you see the Ice Pack chances starting to climb up. This is a game you kind of expect the momentum to ebb and flow throughout the game. Tar Heels have had it for a while. Ice Pack have a minute and a half here where maybe they can do something with it, but a puck hops the stick of Carabinos. He's got to retreat to it with pressure from Mahan, able to handle it and get it up to Bailey. Bailey stepping in, dragging around Gleason. He takes it behind the net. Backhanded out in front, and Arini chips it up and in. It hit a stick in front, popped up over top of Lucas Brown, and Garrett Arini has made it 1-0 Ice Pack on just their fourth shot with a minute 15 to go in this first period. Face-off back to center. That's going to get the crowd into it. They had been fairly quiet because the Tar Heels have controlled play, but that'll get the home crowd back into it. Ice Pack with some momentum. Robinson going to bring it forward quickly. O'Heir disrupts that. Here's Herman looking to the middle, and he just missed Alex Robinson. which would have made it 2-0. Down to a minute left in the first. Tar Heels trying to regroup. Here comes Brian Hogan. He'll carry it down that far left wing, looking to cut back to the middle. Lost the puck and fanned on the shot. Puck still loose in the NC State end, though. They can't clear. Cowan knocked it off of a teammate. Here's Hogan, abbreviated 2-on-1, looking for Foster in front, and that's disrupted. Foster slaps it on goal, and it's off the pad of Toyer. Cleared up for Zach Robinson. He'll bring it down the near wing. Cuts behind the net. Hassled there by Maggin. Sends it in front. They score. 2 quick ones for the Ice Pack. And it's 2-0. This time it's Bresingham with 26 seconds to go in the period. For the Tar Heels, they're lucky they've got the intermission coming up here in seconds as they lift it deep off the face-off. Trying to get some pressure before the period ends, but now here goes Monteith. Ice Pack smelling blood right now. Monteith leaves it. Emery Oliver, the shot off the shoulder of Brown as he fights it away. Tar Heels scrambling to defend. Brown sticks away a shot from the point, and that will run out the clock. It was a great first period for the Tar Heels up until the last 90 seconds. And that's when the Ice Pack started to tilt the ice back in their direction. They picked up goals from Garrett Arini and Drew Bresingham. Those goals coming about 50 seconds apart, and the Ice Pack, after being outplayed for the first 18-plus minutes, take a 2-0 lead to the locker room over your North Carolina Tar Heels. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and kind of recap that first period, what went well, and then what didn't go so well at the end of the period on the other side. 2-0 Ice Pack over the Tar Heels after 20 minutes.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Great Competition Center, Chris Lehman back with you. It was a fantastic start for the Tar Heels to this one. They were out shooting, out playing, out possessing, out everything the Ice Pack so far, but unfortunately those last 2 minutes really changed things. We'll get to that here in just a minute, but first I kind of want to talk about what the Tar Heels did really, really well. One thing we talked about was the faceoffs. Faceoffs certainly favored NC State in that first period, but the Tar Heels did a great job of getting in, particularly on the forecheck. They were great at getting the puck deep and going and getting it. They put a lot of pressure on the D-men for NC State. There weren't a lot of clean passes coming out of the zone. Saw a lot of turnovers right around the NC State blue line that turned into quick chances for the Tar Heels as well. The problem was, like I mentioned, they kept putting the puck right into the middle of Isaac Tarrier. He did a great job. You got to give him credit. Stopped all 11 shots in that first period, but he didn't face a lot of challenging shots. There were some shots from in close, but it felt like they were all kind of right into the body. There weren't a lot that were shot for rebounds. They were all shot to go in the net, and as a result, they didn't create a lot of rebounds and a lot of chaos in front, and that's what made it happen for the Ice Pack. And now we'll get to that last 2 minutes of the period, because as we mentioned, the Ice Pack really started to tilt the ice back in their favor in the final 5 minutes of the period. They started to possess the puck in the offensive zone more. They had the Tar Heels back on their heels, whereas UNC was really pushing the pace, really forcing NC State to retreat in those first 15 to 18 minutes. But then it was the Ice Pack. They were able to get deep. They were able to grind down low, win some battles in the corner, and then with 1:15 left in that first period, Garrett Arini was right out in front. And sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. Arini was right where he needed to be, knocked it at the net. Looked like, from my vantage point at least, that it hit a stick or something on the way through, popped right up over the goaltender Lucas Brown and in. The crowd of 1,500 plus here that had been fairly quiet for that first period because there really wasn't much to cheer about for NC State, got up on their feet. They were right back in the game, and you immediately saw it off that center ice faceoff after that first goal for NC State. The jump was there in the legs for the Ice Pack. They went right back into the offensive end. Again, got it to the front of the net, and Bresingham able to finish it off and double that lead just 50 seconds after NC State opened up the scoring. So it was a great period for UNC. They did a lot of things right. They're going to have to get back to that because NC State has woken up. They're right back in this hockey game, and of course, they've got that 2-0 lead. We're going to step aside here during this first intermission. We'll come back and talk about maybe some of the things that the Tar Heels can do as we head into that second period to get back to what was working for them at the beginning of the game. 2-0 NC State over the Tar Heels here at the first intermission.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
It's so sad.
It's good.
It's not.
After 20 minutes, again, a 2-0 lead for NC State over North Carolina. But as we mentioned, it was a very good period for the Tar Heels, the way that they played through that first 15 or so minutes. It's just that last 5 minutes, particularly the last minute and a half, that really made the difference where those 2 goals were scored. And so here's some of the things I think that the Tar Heels are going to need to do in that second period if they want to get back to controlling the game. One is something that they didn't do throughout the first period, and that's the face-off circle. They need to control the face-off circle a little bit better. They did, as I mentioned, do a good job of getting the puck back and taking possession quickly, even when they were losing the face-offs, but it's a lot easier to just win the face-offs and possess the puck than it is to do that extra work to get it back. And eventually that's going to start to wear on you, and it's possible that is part of the reason that some holes opened up in that forecheck for UNC that allowed NC State to break out a little bit more cleanly. Some mental mistakes are going to appear, and then behind the net, you get the puck out quickly if you're NC State. It's tough to handle if you're Lucas Brown, and unfortunately for him, to find their way behind him. And that's the next thing I want to mention. I think the goaltending has to be good. I can't say that Lucas Brown can be faulted for either goal. As you mentioned, the puck's coming from behind the net, so you have to shift your perspective back to in front and get squared up to the shot and stop it. And that one from Garrett Arini, that first one certainly looked like it hit something and popped right up over top of him, and there's really not much you can do as a goaltender there. So the mental toughness of Lucas Brown, I think, is really going to be tested coming into this second period. If you're the Ice Pack, you want to keep getting shots on goal, as they were able to see at the end of the period. When they started to get some more shots, they really only had about 2 shots through 15 minutes. They ended the period with 7, so they got 5, a flurry of 5 in those last few minutes, and they put a few past Brown. So they're thinking all we have to do is keep getting the puck to the net. It's going to find its way through and in. If you're Brown, he did make a couple of saves. There were a couple of odd man rushes, a couple of chances for NC State in that first period, but for the most part, he really didn't see too much. And so when you give up those 2 goals, it can be really tough, even, as I mentioned, when they're not really his fault and there's not a lot he can do about them. So I think if you're Lucas Brown, you got to come out, you got to play confident to start this second period, and you need him to make a few saves to get some of that confidence back, because those are 2 really deflating goals to give up at the end of a period. So that's what the Tar Heels are going to be looking for in the second period. A little bit more of what we saw earlier on in the game, maybe a little bit more control in the face-off circle to get back to dictating the possession and the pace of play. But I think if you're head coach Jeff Volkman, the main thing is you played 18 really strong minutes against the Ice Pack, but obviously you need a full 20 minutes each period, or else they can make you pay. Second period coming up very shortly from Invisalign Arena. 2-0 Ice Pack over the Tar Heels. We'll be back.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
We all make more than 35,000 decisions a day. Most are small, but some can be life-changing.
When it comes to taking care of yourself, The most important choices can be hard to make, like having a tough conversation instead of ignoring a buddy's call.
Or being there for support, not assuming things will just get better. Make the decision to be there for the veterans in your life, for your community, for yourself. Learn more at BeThereForVeterans.com.
I don't think that eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
Alcohol is the leading cause of preventable injury and death for people under 21.
And the #1 place teens get alcohol
is at home. We're your daughters and your sons, your nieces and nephews,
your neighbors and your kids' friends.
And we need you to keep us safe by locking up alcohol in your home.
Talk it up, lock it up.
Chris Laitman back with you here at Invisalign Arena. It's a great atmosphere here on this Friday night for some college hockey. You kind of get a sense of it, but this has been a great venue the last couple of years since the Ice Pack have moved over. Of course, the Tar Heels were here last week. Actually, head coach of the Ice Pack was over here, Tim Healy. He mentioned to me when I was here that they had already just about sold out their tickets and were close to standing room only a week ago for this game. So the atmosphere here tonight is great. Of course, we talk about the atmosphere at PNC a lot, but I think this atmosphere, I don't get a great sense of it from where I am behind the glass here up top, but there's a packed house. It's a little bit smaller. You can potentially get a little bit louder because it is so compact. It's a great atmosphere for hockey, and of course you heard the way it erupted for the Ice Pack when they scored. That's not what UNC wants to see as we head into the second period. They want more of that first 15 minutes where they're able to quiet them down, but I think it is a great experience for these athletes to get out here and play in front of a great crowd here in Morrisville. We got a little less than 3 minutes until the teams head back out onto the ice, so we're going to step aside one more time. Two teams will switch ends, and we'll go right back at it for another 20 minutes. 2-0 Ice Pack over the Tar Heels.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Welcome back to Invisalign Arena. Fresh 20 minutes up on the clock as the Tar Heels and the Ice Pack go back at it. Well, disregard what we said about Lucas Brown. The goalie change for the Tar Heels as they will send Joel Hughes into the net after those two quick goals. Tar Heels looking to start with some life here in this second period. They'll win the draw and get it deep immediately. Puck stuck behind the net. Hogan looking out in front. That pass hit a stick and skitters to the far wall. Winfrey will hold the zone. Has his stick lifted and the puck taken away. Here comes Jackson Cowan for the Ice Pack. Finds Miller on the far wall. Into the corner for Cowan. He'll leave it behind the net. Centering pass stolen away by O'Hear. He's going to make it. He's going to bring it up the ice and clear it deep. Swatted around to the far corner. Cowan will get to it first for NC State. Sends it up the wall. Looks like it hit in a UNC stick. And so icing waved off. Tar Heels will regroup behind their own net. Here's Foster. Steps around an Ice Pack player and gains some speed. Rink wide for O'Hear. Looking for the shot. That hit a body on the way in and deflected up into the netting. Face-off will be in front of the Ice Pack net now with 19:02 to go in the second. Not a bad start to this period for the Tar Heels. It was probably close to 70 or 80% of the face-offs went to NC State in that first period. Tar Heels won the draw to start this second, but it'll be NC State winning and breaking out off of that face-off. Herman backhands it in. Blockered away by Hughes and over to the far wall. Tar Heels will control it. Saboden trying to step away from pressure, looking for some help up that far wall, and he throws it to Ricky Frosch of NC State, who sends it back in. Ice Pack, though, had to touch up. So the Tar Heels another chance to break out. O'Shaughnessy tripped up trying to leave the zone, and we're going to get our first power play of the game, and it will go to the Tar Heels. So with 18:34 to go in this second period, it's going to be a tripping penalty to Alex Robinson. And the Tar Heels, who were very good on the power play against Drexel last weekend, get their first chance here. They'll win the draw and look to set up the man advantage. Puck loose behind the net. Ice Pack send it up into the netting, and another face-off in front of Isaac Toyer. It was Ricky Frosch who tried to throw it around the wall. Another face-off here to the far side of Toyer. And Foster wins it, but he swipes it right out of the zone. Tar Heels will have to reset. Hogan the first to it. UNC with four forwards out there. It's Hogan, Saboden, Kozowski, and Foster, as well as Winfrey, the lone defenseman. Foster will carry it in. Down the near left wing. Stops along the hashes. Back up top for Hogan. Over to Foster along the wall again. Playing catch with Hogan, down to 125 left on the man advantage. Foster had space, but he slid a one-timer wide of the near side. Here's Hogan. He'll switch places with Winfrey. Down low, centering pass there from Kozowski is chipped up and out of the zone. Solid kill so far from the Ice Pack. 1:08 to go on the man advantage for UNC. 17:35 to go in this second period. Here comes Winfrey. Disrupted by Emery Oliver. Puck loose at the Tar Heel blue line. Hogan will scoop it up and carry it in. Trying to chip it past the defenseman Frosch. He'll take it away and clear again. And now Frosch wants to get off. It is the period of the long change, which particularly on power plays is going to make it difficult on the team trying to kill the penalty. Maybe one last push here for UNC. Down to 35 seconds left on the man advantage. Sabotin far wall. Down low, intended for Kozowski. It hops his stick. Back from Foster, though, behind the net. Now D to Malone. Takes the shot, hit a stick, bounces through to the back of the net, and the Tar Heels will maintain possession. Down to 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Foster again, top of the near circle. Throws one on goal, sticked away by Tollier and into the near corner. Time running out. You hear Hughes slapping his stick to let his team know that the penalty's just about over. Tar Heels still in control as Robinson's back onto the ice. Couple seconds left of a man advantage as the Ice Pack get the man back. It's Philip Bailey who came off the bench. He'll bring it in. Looking across for Miller, takes the shot. Not sure if that one got to the net or not, or if it was wide. But it'll stay 2-0 for the moment. Shot in on Hughes. He's going to cover it up as Miller, with a couple extra jabs, will get a couple of shoves from the Tar Heels in front. And a face-off to the far side of Joel Hughes and the Tar Heel net. .13 to go in the second period. Still a 2-0 lead for NC State. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Vaglia to take the draw for the Tar Heels. Can't win it. One-timer from Hugo at the blue line. Zips up over the net and into the glass. NC State with some zone time here. Tar Heels knock it loose, though. Looks like a broken stick for an NC State player will allow UNC to come up and out. Big hit on Ives as he comes into the zone, and a whistle. I don't see a hand up. I believe it was offsides. That's what it will be on UNC. Ives got upended there, trying to come into the zone. Rule number one, you want to try and keep your head up at all times, and I think Ives just had his head down looking for the puck there, and the NC State defenseman, I believe it was Jagelski, who laid the hit on him. Tar Heels, though, not quite as dominant as they were in the first period, but still they look very good. This is a game, you know, that I think in the past you don't ever say it if you're the Tar Heels, but you always want to win the game. But if you're able to play with NC State and make them sweat a little bit, you feel good about how you played. Just, you know, based on, you know, the skill level of these two teams, you know, over the past 5 or 6 years. That is certainly changing, though, as head coach Jeff Volkman has done a great job of bringing in some new names that are contributing very quickly to this UNC team. Long shot in from center ice by Vaglia. Good pressure from the Tar Heels will force Tollier to cover, and we'll get another face-off. But when you look at the way this game has gone, Tar Heels still out shooting the Ice Pack 13-11. Now they are being outshot 4-2 this period, but this is not certainly not a Tar Heel team that doesn't look like they can play a full 60 minutes against NC State. Very great showing so far, and again, all it takes is the right bounce and one in the back of the net to flip the ice back in their favor again. They've got some pressure on the forecheck right now, but NC State able to force it out. Shot high over the glass from the top of the far circle. It's going to ring all the way around the boards and out into neutral ice. Chopped back in by Zach Robinson of the Ice Pack. Tar Heels, though, able to control. Zajic over to Winfrey on the D-to-D pass. He'll gain the red line and wrist it in. Slowed up behind the net by Tollier, collected by Langenfels. Ice Pack break it out. Bank pass intended for Herman is too long from Zach Robinson. And now the Tar Heels able to turn away with it. Here comes Mahan. David Mahan has Friedman and Walsh with him, breaking it in down the near left wing. He finds Friedman top of the circle and couldn't complete the curl and drag move. Now the Ice Pack will move it up in an odd man rush. Alex Robinson sweeps one to the middle. It finds its way onto the stick of Ricky Frosch, but he couldn't put it in the back of the net. They'll battle for it behind the Tar Heel cage. Robinson coming away with it for NC State. Back to the point. Nice move from Zach Robinson, who loses his footing, and now NC State is going to get their first power play as a tripping call made against UNC. Walsh not happy with it. Certainly the way that Robinson fell, it looked like something caught him down low. And it'll be Noah Friedman, actually, who will go to the box for UNC. This is an important penalty kill for the Tar Heels. Of course, you're down 2-0 already, but this is the first time that NC State has had a chance with the man advantage. And even still, it hasn't felt like they've really gotten set up and run their offense a lot tonight, even in this second period. So now they get a chance on the power play. Down on the goal line, Arini trying to squeeze one in on the near side, can't. Puck still loose in front. It'll pinball around. The official lost sight of it. Actually, I think the net actually came off the moorings, so they'll fix that. And the faceoff will be here on the near side of Hughes and the Tar Heel net. Minute 44 left on the power play for NC State. They'll control off the faceoff. Arini swats it back up the near wall for Bailey. He'll look things over as he walks down to the hash marks, trying to step in front. Had the puck knocked off his stick, but right to Garrett Arini. Back to Bailey. Tar Heels staying compact in that penalty killing formation. Top of the umbrella, it's Hugo. Over to Bailey. Looking cross ice, decides to take the shot. Sounded like it might have caught the outside of the pipe. And it comes right back to Bailey again. 1:15 left on the power play now for the Ice Pack. Cross ice pass, finds Robinson. His shot floats to the net, but it got knocked down before it got to Hughes. And now Foster looking to bring it up and out. Tar Heels really need a change, so a great move by Foster to carry it deep before he loses possession behind the net. So 3 guys off for the Tar Heel penalty kill. Now Foster will get off as well. Excellent job by Henry Foster there, recognizing that he had space to carry it up the ice and his team needed it. Good pressure, though, shorthanded from the Tar Heels. Shot off the side of the net there from Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Ice Pack having some trouble moving back forward. Now they'll move it into the UNC end. Swatted right back up and out by David Mahan. And we're down to 30 seconds left on the penalty to Noah Friedman. Good kill so far from UNC. 12:23 to go in the second period. No goals here in the second, so still a 2-0 lead for NC State as Matt Miller brings it in for the Ice Pack. Trying to turn away from his defender in Zajic. Back to the point for Langenfels. Steps around O'Shaughnessy down to the goal line, and Herman throws it right into the glove of Hughes, who has done a nice job of staying home on the near post. Ice Pack have tried a couple times to sneak one in on that short side. Well, shots are now evened up at 14 apiece. The Tar Heels, and some of it has to do with the power play for NC State, though. In fairness, the Tar Heels have also had a power play this period. Shots in favor of NC State, 7-3 right now in this period, after the Tar Heels had outshot NC State heftily through the first period. Tar Heels clear the zone. That's going to finish off the power play. Friedman right out onto the ice to pester the Ice Pack D. Tar Heels will control back at their defense now. Gleason looking for options. Bothered by Robinson, looking to his defensive pairing, and Malone, who lost his footing. O'Hear now will collect at center ice. He'll carry it down that right wing. Low shot off the back wall and behind the net. Hogan there to pressure for the Tar Heels. It'll be knocked up to the blue line where Gleason holds it in the zone. Across for Malone. He's going to tee one up. Sliding play, and I'm not sure if Herman blocked it or if it hit somebody else on the way in, but it deflects up and out of play. And we'll have a face-off in the NC State zone with 11:25 to go in the period. I think if you're UNC here, this period certainly hasn't gone the same way as the first, and I think you have to expect a team of the caliber of NC State would come back with a response after a tough first period, even though they did have the lead. But they just need to find the back of the net. They've had some good chances, and they need to make one of them count. NC State wins the draw. It'll be carried all the way down the ice and in by Bailey, who's now getting some help from Bressingham. Back up to the blue line. Carabinos just about lost control, but was able to hold the zone. Bressingham again. Off for Emery Oliver, who's knocked off the puck. Has some help from Carabinos again, but eventually the pressure from UNC able to create a turnover. Here comes Hogan trying to drive to the net, cuts in front but couldn't maintain control of the puck. Now Oliver will clear it up the ice. Charles Monteith carrying it forward. Looking to split the D. He moves in and he gets knocked down. Ice Pack won a penalty but will play on. Bouncing puck, hops the stick of Jagelski and out. Ice Pack looking to regroup. Nice hit from O'Hear on Bresingham, who's slow to get up. And he'll limp back to the bench. We'll keep an eye on number 14. And red, Tar Heels now with a chance. Backhand shot in on Tawyer. He'll swallow up the rebound. Kozowski just trying to get something unexpected on goal. And Tawyer, holds on for the faceoff. About halfway through the second period now. And the crowd has toned down a little bit. I think if you're UNC, in terms of, controlling the crowd noise a little bit as much as you can, they've done a good job here. They are not giving a lot to the Ice Pack. But again, they just got to find a way to finish some chances that they've had. Face-off won by NC State, carried forward. Shot handled by the stick of Hughes into the corner over on the far side. Tar Heels will battle for it and win that battle. Saboden coming away with control. He'll turn back up the wall with it. Beautiful pass up to Kozowski. He'll move in on Cowan, trying to step around the defenseman, slides it on goal, and it's steered away by Tawyer. Well played by Cowan to keep himself in front of Kozowski. As the Tar Heels unable to hold the zone, they'll be offsides. But you see some plays being made by the Tar Heels that we haven't seen them make in recent years. Namely, that pass from Saboden out of the zone to Kozowski there. Beautiful saucer pass right on the tape. And it created at least a decent chance for UNC. Tar Heels will control. O'Shaughnessy bringing it in. Quick shot off the blocker of Tawyer. Rebound sitting there. Bounces back in front, and Tawyer again sticks it away. Good pressure from the Tar Heels. They'll hold the zone. Zajic over to his D partner Winfrey. Zips one wide on the ice. It'll ring around the boards and back up to the blue line. Zajic keeps it in. Far corner now Kozowski. Pestered by a couple of Ice Pack players. Finds Winfrey, who walks the blue line. He'll carry it down the near circle. Looking for some help. Goes back up to Saboten at the point. His shot hit a stick on the way through. Good pressure here from the Tar Heels. Still haven't been able to get away a quality shot, though. And now NC State will carry it out. It's Lohr. He gains the red line and trickles it in on goal. Steered to O'Shaughnessy, who will bring it forward for UNC. O'Shaughnessy stepping in. Quick shot. Ooh, Tawyer never saw it. It deflected wide. And now NC State controls behind their own net. O'Shaughnessy with the forecheck pressure. It's cleared up the far wall. Malone trying to disrupt, but can't gain possession. Here comes Bailey trying to step between three UNC players. He's knocked off the puck, and it's loose over to the far wall. Mahan will scoop it up for UNC. Into the neutral zone. Couldn't maintain control, though, and now NC State has a chance to reverse. Bailey, again dispossessed coming into the zone. Leighton Walsh collects the loose puck for the Tar Heels. He clears it in and immediately goes after it. Good forecheck from Walsh. In there 1-on-2, and he's going to knock Ricky Frosch off the puck. Unfortunately, some help coming in for the Ice Pack. They're going to get it up and out just into neutral ice, but Gleason sends it back in, and the UNC forecheck will go back to work. Good use of the net there by Langenfels. He clears it out. Long pass through the neutral zone. It was almost a breakaway for Bailey, but he and Arini kind of got confused there, and they were offsides. 7:40 to go now in the second period. And we talked about in the first period how this momentum throughout this game would kind of ebb and flow, and one team would have an advantage for a while, then it'd flip back the other way. Last few minutes, it's been the Tar Heels with the zone time, but again, just not finding the back of the net. They are still out shooting UNC 17-15. But the most important stat still favors the Ice Pack. Mangle near wall, looking to break it out. His pass intercepted by Zach Robinson. He'll walk it back in. Circles behind the net, looking for some help. Up to the point, big save on the one-timer by Hughes. That's his first really big test in this second period. Zach Robinson again for the Ice Pack. Again, orbiting the net. Spins it back into the far corner, has some help from Herman. He's upended. Again, the Ice Pack won a penalty. Again, they won't get it. Miglior trying to chip it up the wall to be held at the blue line. Good pressure, though. Tar Heels maybe with a chance here as Sam Ives breaking in. Not going to have the angle, just swats one on goal. Tawyer knocks it down and sticks it behind the net. Clearing attempt from the Ice Pack held in by Miglior. His slap chances blocked initially and then eventually cleared to the red line by NC State. Miglior back to it. He'll send it back in again. Mangle in on the forecheck for UNC. Couldn't find it in his own skates, and the Ice Pack will chip it back up the ice. Here's Alex Robinson. Leaves it off for Herman. Herman brings it in. Looking for Zach Robinson now in the near corner. He'll swipe it towards the front of the net. He's laid out by Mangle. Couple of big hits there from the Tar Heels. They can move forward. It's Brian Hogan trying to move past Victor Hugo. Hugo bodying him up, still able to get out in front. Slap shot leaves a rebound in front. The sweeping try from O'Hear, and he can't get it on goal. Couple of good opportunities there for the Tar Heels. They'll continue to pressure in the near corner. Puck swiped around to the far corner by NC State. Cowan trying to clear. He's knocked down after the clearance. Loose puck in front of the net will be gloved down by Monteith. He'll carry it out. Knocked off the puck, though, as he dives across the red line and got a hand on the puck, so a hand pass called. Tar Heels getting a little more physical, and now Bresingham getting into it a little bit with Foster in the middle of the ice. Well, that's not something you see often from the Ice Pack. Something that head coach Jeff Volkman has said, and I've heard from a couple of other coaches of NC State opponents, it's not easy to get them out of their game and get in their head. They don't often get into that those extracurriculars after the play. Maybe a little bit of pushing and shoving, but not a lot. And you can see some frustration as they're getting knocked around a little bit now by UNC. However, they do still have that 2-0 lead. Offensive zone face-off here for Carolina. It's Saboden to take it, and he's going to win it backwards. O'Shaughnessy tried to slap one on goal. It'll trickle wide and into the near corner. Tar Heels trying to set up offensively, unable to maintain possession, though. It'll be cleared up and out. Malone slaps it back in from the red line. Tar Heels again in on the forecheck. And Saboden finds the loose puck. He's upended. Ice Pack back in control. Monteith showing off the mitts. Drops it back to Cowan, and now Victor Hugo can reset it for NC State. Forwarded for Monteith. Finds an open teammate in the middle. That was Oliver who slapped it just wide of the net. And now the Tar Heels trying to create an odd man rush of their own. Kozowski knocks the puck down, sweeps it on goal. Handled easily by Tawyer. And the Ice Pack bring it forward again. Monteith carrying it in. Has it knocked off his stick right to Emery Oliver. Sent back to Monteith. He'll throw one on from an odd angle, and Hughes shoulders it down and covers up for the draw. 4:35 to go in the period now. Tar Heels with 21 shots, Ice Pack with 7, so 12-10, or 17 I should say, for the Ice Pack. So 12-10 shots favor UNC here in the second. Leighton Walsh will win the defensive zone draw for the Tar Heels. That's one thing that we have noticed is a few more face-off wins for UNC here in the second period. But a pretty evenly matched period for both sides here so far. Walsh up to Friedman with a wrist shot from high above that right circle. Easily gloved by Tawyer, and another face-off coming up. Ice Pack going to make a line change here. They'll send out Arini, Bailey, and Miller. Tar Heels with Mahan, Walsh, and Friedman. The defensive pairing is Magan and Miglior. 4:17 on that second period clock now. Miller and Walsh on the face-off. They'll get it tied up in the skates, and Ricky Frosch scoops it up for the Ice Pack. He and Miller will be trapped back in that far corner, though. Able to outlet, and Philip Bailey lifts it all the way down. Good hustle from Arini, who cancels out the icing call. Ice Pack setting up as Frosch walks it in. He'll lug it behind the net. ridden all the way back there by Magan. Now Langenfels. Errant wrist shot, and Hughes didn't want to deal with the rebound off the board, so he's going to slide out of the net and get a glove on it for another face-off. And in the first period, I might have said, let that go and try and play it out, because the face-off circle was tipped so much in the favor of NC State. It's been a little bit more even here in the second period, though. Again, it's Walsh and Miller to square off. This time Walsh gets the best of Miller. But the puck still anyone's over on that far wall. Loose up the boards. NC State holds the zone. It'll be chipped into the near corner. Winfrey there for UNC. Can't possess, but it's knocked right out to O'Hear. O'Hear carrying it in. And into that far corner, he'll be pinned there by Langenfels, and NC State able to slide the puck out of their defensive zone. Zajic will reset for the Tar Heels. Into the skates of Foster, who has trouble ahead to lead the pass. And Zajic will chip it up to Dan O'Hear. He'll carry it in once more down that right wing. Looks like the puck got stuck on some choppy ice, and that'll create a chance here for NC State after the turnover. Stopping with it, Miller, top of that far circle. Moves it across for Victor Hugo. Ice Pack captain will slide it down low for Robinson. He'll look back out in front, Ricky Frosch now. Frosch looking things over, down to the goal line. Good physical play there from Winfrey, trying to knock Robinson off the puck, and does. But the loose puck scooped up by Herman of NC State. Back to Frosch again, shot through traffic. Hughes didn't see it, but it missed wide on that far side. Still loose behind the net, chipped over the goal. But NC State winning all the board battles right now. Frosch up top. A couple of players tangled up over on the far side. Herman tied up with Winfrey, who's not happy about it, barking at the officials as UNC carries it up. Foster trying to slide around his defenseman and can't. NC State a chance if they move quickly with the UNC changing. Robinson leaves it for Zach Robinson. Bodied up behind the net by Gleason and O'Shaughnessy, and now UNC can move forward again. Kasowski leaves it for O'Shaughnessy. He's got space to move in, and the shot is stopped and held onto by Toyer. O'Shaughnessy maybe a little premature on that shot. He could have come in a little bit closer before his angle was closed off by the NC State defenseman, but it's one of the things I think that UNC needs to do a little bit better. They've got to get some more difficult shots on Toyer. He's been able to square up really to all of them, and that's the difference. The two goals that NC State has scored have been those passes from behind the net that are difficult to square up to for a goaltender, and they scored on. So see if UNC can't get Toyer moving in his crease a little bit more. Good forecheck. Here they score! Didn't need a movement on that one. Patrick O'Shaughnessy rips one top shelf on the left corner, and the Tar Heels cut the lead in half. And you can hear there aren't a lot of blue shirts in the building, but there are some, and they've got a reason to cheer now. 1:31 to go in the second period. O'Shaughnessy took one from the top of the far circle. I'm not sure if Toyer ever saw it. And it's now 2-1. UNC back in control. 90 seconds to go in this second period. It'll be chipped in, hit an NC State player, so no icing. Toyer sweeps it around the wall and right to Misha Sabotin. He'll go back up to the D. Looking for Malone. Had some trouble with Monteith, so he vacates the zone and sends it back in. 1:10 to go in the period now. Tar Heels back on the forecheck. Monteith across for Jackson Cowan. Defenseman moves it forward to Bresingham. Drew Bresingham carries it in. Takes the shot. Fought off by Hughes back behind the net. NC State trying to create a chance here late in the period. Holding on to it. Monteith circles with it. Takes a little bit of a shot there from Kasowski and holds on. Sends it back to the blue line. And Cowan's shot whistles into the glass behind the net. Malone chips a bouncing puck up and out, and NC State going to have to clear the zone with 35 seconds to go in the period. Tar Heels looking to make something happen. Diving play made by Monteith. He took out Malone in the process. Play continues, though, with Malone hurt. Loose puck in the crease. Hughes is going to get on it and cover up. Now, NC State's fans are going crazy. The puck ended up in the net, but the whistle blew. I don't think this is going to count. And bad news for the Tar Heels. Malone having a little bit of trouble. Now it looks like he is able to put some more weight on it, but he was kind of taken out. Monty dove at the clearing pass and got the puck, which is why there wasn't a penalty there. But after the fact, he ended up sliding right into Malone and taking him out. And then chaos ensued after that. 24.3 seconds left in this second period. Tar Heels finally able to get on the board here in the last minute and a half. It's a 2-1 hockey game, but this is an important 24 seconds. If you're the Tar Heels here, you really got to win this face-off. And they've got one of their best face-off men out there in Leighton Walsh right now. It's tied up off the draw, swept on goal, patted away by Hughes, and up the far wall, Tar Heels possess. Friedman doesn't have anywhere to go, so he sends it back behind his net. Now Justin Magan up the near side looking for Mahan, and Mahan unable to clear. Good pressure here from the ice pack. Down to 5 seconds left. They need a shot. Hugo pump fakes, now throws it towards the net, and this one's going to be well wide as time runs out on the second period. Pretty evenly played period between the two teams, and it's the Tar Heels who come up with the late goal in this second 20-minute period. They've got some momentum headed to the third. Both teams will head off the ice. They'll get a 15-minute break. We'll take a break as well. Some momentum building, though, for North Carolina. 2-1, NC State with the lead as we head into the second intermission.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy, up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it could probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the health market's difference.
Chris Lehman back with you at Invisalign Arena after 2 periods. It is now 2-1 in favor of the NC State Ice Pack. A great ending to the period for the Tar Heels, though. It wasn't quite as dominant of a period as we saw in the first. Great possession from UNC. They just weren't able to score, but all it takes is one bounce, and that one bounce came off the stick of Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Through traffic, he just threw one on goal, and the Tar were able to find the back of the net and take up a big goal late in the period. So some momentum going into period number 3. Let's talk a little bit more about that when we come back.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the Health Market's difference.
I don't think that eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
Chris Lehman back with you at Invisalign Arena here at Wake Competition Center. Apologies for the technical difficulties during our last break. Quick recap of that second period, though, as we talked about throughout the period, a little bit more evenly contested. Certainly, the Tar Heels controlled the play. They possessed the puck in the offensive zone a lot more in that first period than they did in the second, but there were a lot of good things that came out of the period. One of the big things to keep an eye on is the goaltending. As we've talked about, Lucas Brown started the game, but it was Joel Hughes who came in. A little bit surprised by that. 2 goals on 7 shots, certainly not the best for a goaltender, but as I mentioned, I didn't really feel like either of those goals were fully on Brown when they went in the net. Either way, though, I think you look at what happened in that second period, and head coach Jeff Volkman of the Tar Heels made the right decision. There were a few shots that it looked like Hughes was a little bit shaky on. You can't really fault a goaltender coming in after being on the bench for the first 20 minutes of the game, you know, for having a few shaky moments when he's trying to get back into it. But I thought he handled himself well. He's a little bit bigger than Brown as well, so he can take up a little bit more space. He did a good job getting out to the top of the crease. He didn't give a lot of space to the Tar Heels, and one thing he did very, very well was rebound control. He did not give up a lot in front of his own net, which is where the Ice Pack were able to score in the first period, and as a result, he was able to keep them off the board. And the Tar Heels finally get on the scoreboard themselves. Patrick O'Shaughnessy just takes a shot through traffic. Sometimes you just got to get the puck to the net and see what happens, and for the Tar Heels, it ended up behind Isaac Tauyer, and just like that, the Ice Pack are back on their heels. The Tar Heels are going at it again on the attack, and they ended that period strong. So it's going to have to be a very good start to the third period, I think. What we saw late in the first period and then early into the second period from NC State was that pushback that you expect from an experienced and skilled team like NC State. You're going to see that again to start this third period. Now, the good news is I feel like the Tar Heels have been the better team at the start of both periods. It wasn't for quite as long in the second period as it was in the first, but it did feel like they had the stronger start. So the strong start's going to be key, and I think most importantly after that is the next goal. I don't think it's a stretch for anybody to say that the next goal could very well win this hockey game, because it's either going to put NC State up 3-1 and get that crowd back up and into the hockey game again, or it's going to tie the game. It's going to bring the energy out of the crowd again, and it's going to tip the ice in favor of the Tar Heels. I think if it ends up 2-2, you're very well likely going to see the Tar Heels come out on top after this 60-minute contest. It should be an exciting third period. It's coming up very shortly. We'll be right back from Invisalign Arena.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
We all make more than 35,000 decisions a day. Most are small, but some can be life-changing.
When it comes to taking care of yourself, the most important choices can be hard to make. Like having a tough conversation instead of ignoring a buddy's call.
Or being there for support, not assuming things will just get better. Make the decision to be there for the veterans in your life, for your community, for yourself. Learn more at BeThereForVeterans.com.
I don't think that eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
Alcohol is the leading cause of preventable injury and death for people under 21.
And the #1 place teens get alcohol
is at home. We're your daughters and your sons, your nieces and nephews,
your neighbors and your kids' friends.
And we need you to keep us safe by locking up alcohol in your home.
Talk it up, lock it up.
Chris Lehman back with you here at Invisalign Arena in Morrisville, North Carolina. Well, as you can see, everybody's sticking around for the end of this one because it has been a fantastic hockey game so far. 2-1 in favor of the NC State Ice Pack after 40 minutes, but it was the Tar Heels with a late second period goal to cut that lead in half. Should be an exciting final 20 minutes. We've got that coming up here in just a few minutes. Ice Pack, Tar Heels, final period right after this.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the Health Markets difference.
We are back for the third and final period between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the NC State Ice Pack. Chris Lehman with you. Should be a great period of hockey. Both teams it's about set to get things rocking and rolling here in Morrisville, North Carolina. And for UNC, the start to this period is going to be incredibly important. As I mentioned, they, in my opinion, have been the better team to start both periods. But again, there's no question that the Ice Pack have done a better job of capitalizing on scoring chances. Now, shots have certainly evened up more. The Tar Heels were actually outshot in that second period 15-13. Not a lot, but of course by a little bit. But the scoring chances have been very, very solid, I would say, for the Tar Heels. Again, it's more about the location of the shots on net than it is about where on the ice the shots are coming from. So I think the big thing here for the Tar Heels, I would like to see some more shots, some hard, low shots that create some chaos in front of the net, and see if you can't get one down in the dirty areas. But we've got 20 minutes left to play. Tar Heels in their white uniforms moving left to right in this third period in the home Reds. The Ice Pack will move right to left. Tar Heels going to go with Hogan, Foster, and O'Hear, their top line to start the period. Miller, Bailey, and Arini will match them on the other side for the Ice Pack. D pairings are Zajic and Winfrey for UNC, and Cowan and Hugo for NC State. Tar Heels will control off the opening draw of the period. Having a little bit of trouble getting out of their own end here momentarily. O'Heir back to Foster through the middle of the zone. He finds Hogan looking to the middle. There's a rebound chance, and O'Heir had it caught in his skates. That's exactly what you want to see if you're the Tar Heels. Create some chances right there in front with some rebounds, and they did early. They'll pin the puck behind the net. It's a four-man scrum. Tar Heels come away with it. Hogan out in front, swept towards the goal. Loose in front, they score! 36 seconds into the third. The garbage cleaned up on the near post by O'Heir, and we're tied at 2. Well, we said it about a minute and a half ago. Create some chaos in front of the net. Tar Heels were all over it to start the period. They create some problems. They create some traffic in front of the net, and Tauyer couldn't find the puck on the near post, and it's stuffed home by Dan O'Heir. Tar Heels are going to go right back on the attack as NC State actually controls off the draw. Tar Heels quickly able to gain possession. Hogan will pitch one in on goal. Tauyer calls for the fair catch, and we'll have a face-off on the far side of the NC State net. 19:14 to go in this game, and we're tied up at 2. We've only played 46 seconds. The Tar Heels already with 3 shots in the period, and of course one of them in the back of the net. Off the draw, NC State will control. Langenfels trying to clear, throws it right into the skates of Saboden. Kasowski there to help out, but can't control. Now Zach Robinson tries to clear it out. Malone steps in with a one-timer. That's blocked by Herman, and it skitters out into the neutral zone where Jack Gleason can send it back behind the net. Tar Heels, again, with that forecheck, stepping up. Malone tried to steal a cross-ice pass, didn't get to it, and now Hughes will have to come out to play it for UNC. Tar Heels looking for a clean breakout, chipped up and out by Gleason. It bounces past Patrick O'Shaughnessy, who had that first goal back in the second period. And now NC State will send it deep and get a change. Gleason up the near wall for Kozowski. Cowan steps into him. That one looked a little bit high, but play will continue. Alex Robinson steps around O'Shaughnessy and carries it in for NC State. He'll be closed off in that near corner, sends it behind the goal. Charles Monteith backhands it out to the point for Cowan. His wrist shot hit a skate. Kozowski got in front. NC State still able to control, though. Puck along the goal line. Simon Malone trying to clear. Held in by Hugo on the near blue line. He'll backhand it back behind the UNC net once more. Tar Heels, at least initially, had possession. Now they're going to be able to at least clear it to neutral ice and get a change. A lot of pressure here from NC State. Good response from the Ice Pack after giving up that tying goal. But Leighton Walsh picks the pocket of Drew Bressingham. Up to Friedman. Breakaway for the lead. Big blocker save. Rebound. They score. It's knocked home on the rebound. 2 goals in the first 2.5 minutes, and the Tar Heels jump out in front. David Mahan standing out in front finishes it off, but it was a great end-to-end play from the Tar Heels. It started with the steal by Leighton Walsh. Great vision across the ice to find Friedman. He got the puck on net. While he didn't put it in the net, he was able to create a rebound, and David Mahan knocks it home. So the Tar Heels quickly ahead 3-2. Back behind the net, good pressure. Mahan, the goal scorer, sends it back to the point. A little bit too much mustard on that one. It gets past Miglior all the way down to Hughes. He leaves it for Magan. Wrapped around the wall for Mahan, backhanded out just behind Leighton Walsh, and NC State takes back control. Here's Matt Miller bringing it in. He'll drop it off at the blue line for Bailey. Sent back deep, Miller trying to backhand it in front. That puck left on the side of the goal. Tar Heels sweep it out of danger for the moment. Caught in the skates now of Arini. Backhand pass over to Frosch. His shot hit a stick and deflected up over top. That's going to be a offensive zone faceoff for NC State. 16:52 to go in this third period. Already 5 shots on goal, 5-0 the shot total in this third period in favor of North Carolina. You cannot have asked for a better start from your team if you're head coach Jeff Volkman here in the third. Ice Pack with a bit of a pushback though. They'll work to control, but can't maintain possession in the offensive zone. Off the draw, turned right back in by McEnany. Alex Fong trying to sweep it back in, fanned on that one. And now Langenfeld sends it back up into neutral ice. Chipped over to the near wall, McEnany again. Steps into the near circle, takes the shot, and he ties the game. Hughes left that short side open. McEnany picked the top corner. We're tied at 3. Well, just a little over a minute after UNC took their first lead of the game, NC State able to tie it back up on the shot from McEnany. And they'll go right back to work on offense. Loose puck over on the far wall, cleared to the near side, and UNC can carry it forward. It's Brian Hogan trying to step through his defenseman. Beautiful move around Jagosinski and sent in. Or pardon me, Jagelski, pardon me. We get a face-off in this NC State end after the puck deflected up into the netting. 16:08 to go in the game. You can't have asked for a better start to this third period. 3 goals in the first 4 minutes, and we're tied at 3. Victor Hugo in control as NC State possesses off the defensive zone draw. Herman trying to force his way through neutral ice. Foster steps past a hit, holds onto the puck for the moment, but Alex Robinson in to clear it out. Robinson steps in, fires one high and over the glass. We'll have another face-off coming up in the Tar Heel zone. We've talked about it a little bit, but this has been a great atmosphere tonight. As we mentioned, standing room only for this one. They got to that point before the doors even opened. In terms of their ticket sales, you get plenty of students around the boards here. The stands are filled up. And it's been a great hockey game to boot, too. Here's another chance. Zach Robinson tied up. One-time chance, and Hughes will fight it off. If it got to him, might have hit the side of the net there as well. Dangerous chance there for the Ice Pack. Now the Tar Heels can move again. Saboden stepping through Robinson. Looking to the middle for O'Shaughnessy. That gets caught in some skates. Now Kozowski steers it to the middle, and Zach Robinson able to clear it up. But it'll be held in by Migluor. Throws it to the near side. Taken off the wall by Magan. Thrown off the boards behind the net for Saboden, far corner. Lifted back to Migluor. Bounces his stick and out of the zone. Tar Heels will need to reset. Alex Robinson putting some pressure on the Tar Heel D. Ice Pack using this time to get a change. Tar Heels will send it deep. Kozowski in on the forecheck, and we've got a whistle as Tawyer went to play the puck. Now, I'm not 100% sure. The whistle, I think, came from... That's going to be a penalty, I think, on the Ice Pack. I believe I heard too many men. So somebody, I don't know who it was, my eyes were on the puck, but somebody on the Ice Pack bench jumped early. And there were too many men on the ice. Second power play opportunity of the game now for North Carolina. Not a good start. Bresingham wins it forward and controls. He's going to turn on the Jets. Takes a quick shot, steered away by Hughes. But Bresingham ties it up behind the net as well. Tar Heels now able to regroup and reset the power play. Hogan moves it forward down the right wing. He'll carry into the corner. Guarded by Cowan. Cycles it around the wall. First one to it, though, is an Ice Pack penalty killer, and Emery Oliver sends it all the way down again. Well, it's Colby Bilodeau that is in the box serving the too many men penalty. He'll be in there for another minute and 20 seconds. A little over 14 minutes left in this game. We're tied at 3. Kosowski gets to the puck in the near corner. Slides it back up the wall for Hogan. Quickly over to Winfrey. His one-timer skips behind the net. Tar Heels back in control. Saboden up top for Winfrey. Back down to the blue line. Quick pass from Kosowski to Hogan. He'll go cross ice for Saboden again. Down to 54 seconds left on the man advantage. Slid behind the net. Kosowski leaves for Foster. They'll switch places in the corner. Kosowski looking across. It's in the skates of Winfrey, who had a one-time chance. He'll recollect and send it back up top for Hogan. Again, Winfrey. Bouncing puck on him will be swatted out of the zone by Victor Hugo. Ice Pack will get a couple of players off on the penalty kill. 28 seconds left on the power play. Foster trying to use his speed to get around Hugo. He does. Behind the net. Leaves it there for Kosowski. Looking for somebody in front. Finds Winfrey. One-time shot. Big save from Toyer. 15 seconds left on the power play. Saboden along the far wall. Looking for some help. Holds on to it. Now throws it to the middle. Winfrey gets a stick to it but can't direct it on net as the power play comes to an end. Tar Heels now 0 for 2 in the man advantage. Walsh in the near corner. Slides it out in front. Hogan swats it towards the net. Another try, and it looks like Toyer got the pad to it. Couple of good chances there for UNC before NC State clears. Quick touch pass. Kosowski directs it to Saboden. He'll drag. Takes the shot. It hit the skate of Ricky Frosch and deflected behind the goal. NC State back in possession. Moving with it is Bailey. Saboden pestering him. Worked all the way around the wall. Engenfels has trouble with it in his skates. It got out of the zone, and so that's going to be offsides. Engenfels really got a little bit lucky there as he had some trouble handling that puck. And I believe it was David Mahan who was on a beeline for that. If that had gotten behind Langenfels, it would have been Mahan in on a breakaway without a doubt. 12:18 to go in the game. Walsh wins the draw forward. Langenfels, though, wins the race to the puck. NC State trying to break into the Carolina end. Chipped in, but right to Jack Gleason. Tar Heels now on the breakout. Banked off the wall, intended for Mahan, but it ends up on the stick of the Ice Pack's Garrett Arini. He'll find Matt Miller. Looking for Arini again. He'll be shouldered off the puck by Walsh. Mahan chips it along. Now Friedman brings it in. Tar Heels with a chance. Shot. Hit a body on the way in and floated over the net from Friedman. Now Walsh, good work in the corner. Gets it to Friedman behind the net. Slipped out in front. Mahan couldn't get a stick to it. Gleason sent it back towards the goal, and it caught the skate of Frosch again. Frosch had that one taken awkward carom off of his stanchion. Friedman collects the loose puck in the Ice Pack end. He'll leave it at the blue line for Gleason, but that was an ill-advised pass, and here's a chance for the Ice Pack. Quick shot. Whistles wide. A good chance there for Philip Bailey on an ill-advised pass by Noah Friedman. And the Tar Heels dodge a bullet with 11:15 to go in this hockey game. Still a 3-3 game. Tar Heels with 31 shots, the Ice Pack with 25. Maybe another one coming if they can move quickly. Vaglia chips it in on goal, and Toyer just going to get the glove on it and cover for the faceoff. So it'll be Vaglia, Mengel, and Sam Ives out there as the forward line for the Tar Heels. Justin Magan and John Miglior, the defensive pair. Vaglia to take the draw against Herman. He wins it for the Tar Heels. Quick turnaround shot from Ives floats over the net. Ice Pack send it up the near wall. Zach Robinson looking for the breakout. Past finds Alex Robinson. Now Herman with speed, chips one towards the net, fought off by the glove hand of Joel Hughes. Tar Heels looking for a breakout now. Loose puck in the middle of the UNC end. They're able to get to it. Miglior finds Vaglia. Backhand pass to the middle is interrupted, but they get it back, thrown towards the net, and it's skittered just wide. Centered back out in front, and Vaglia directed it right into the pad of Toyer. Good steal from Foster. Pressure here from the Tar Heels as the one-timer from Mengel just slides in on goal. He couldn't get a whole lot of wood on it. But he will get an offensive zone faceoff for North Carolina. They'll send that top line of Hogan, O'Hear, and Foster back out there. Winfrey and Zajic now the pairing defensively for North Carolina. Hogan will take the draw here against Emory Oliver. And it's directed to the near wall. Hogan able to control. Tar Heels win the draw. Hogan with a bad angle shot. Just missed the top corner on that far side. Now Winfrey walking the line. Able to hold off Bresingham as he sends it deep. Now Foster turning with it in the corner. Sends it back to Winfrey. Quick one-timer, just missed the far post. Zajic at the near blue line. Sends it for Winfrey. Looking for Foster. That pass was behind him. Puck loose in that far corner. Foster got a touch on it, but not a good one, as Bresingham able to chip it deep for NC State and go chase it. He'll negate the icing himself. Battling in there with a couple of Tar Heels. Zajic and Foster in there. Some help from Arini. Foster going to come away with it, and now the Tar Heels going to get called for a penalty, as actually Charles Monteith was the one back there who had his stick knocked out of his hands by Brian Hogan. And this is going to be a big power play chance for NC State. This will be their second power play opportunity. Neither team has scored yet on the man advantage. 9.5 minutes to go. Face off to the near side of Joel Hughes. NC State wins and controls to start the power play. They'll look to the middle, options not there. Instead, stepping out from the goal line is Matt Miller. Ready for it with the glove was Hughes, and we'll get another face off in the North Carolina end. Herman wins the faceoff for NC State over Noah Friedman. Friedman out there with O'Shaughnessy, Malone, and Gleason. That is the penalty kill unit for North Carolina. Frosch sends it down low. Looking to the middle for Herman. It's not there. He finds Matt Miller. Back over to the sidewall. Worked back up for Frosch. Looking just to get a shot through traffic. It didn't make it all the way to the net, which is a good thing for the Tar Heels. Hughes didn't see it, and now Friedman clears it all the way down with 1:15 to go on the power play. O'Shaughnessy with some pressure on Langenfels. But a new unit out there for the Tar Heels penalty kill. Foster, Maglior, and Maggin out there as fresh legs, along with O'Shaughnessy. Ice Pack get the power play set up as they have their second unit out there now. Alex Robinson dropped to Zach. Across for Langenfels. His shot is blocked, and now O'Shaughnessy going to move forward. Tar Heels thinking about maybe going for it shorthanded. Miglior gets the pass in his skates, and now NC State can turn it back on a 2-on-2. Arini has Miller with them. They can't get on the same page, and now O'Shaughnessy slaps it all the way down the ice. 8 minutes to go in the game. Just under 30 seconds left on the penalty to Brian Hogan for the Tar Heels. Some speed here for NC State. Carried behind the net by Emory Oliver. Worked back up the wall for Zach Robinson. And then cleared all the way back into neutral ice by the Tar Heels. Robinson trying to force his way in. Dispossessed, and again, UNC clears it out. That will finish off the NC State power play. Both teams now 0 for 2 on the man advantage. And we have 7.5 minutes to settle this thing. Ice Pack carried in. Shot off the pad of Hughes. It was sitting there in front. Nobody in a red jersey, though. Tar Heels able to clean it up. Can't break it out. Again, it's Oliver in that far corner. Knocked off the puck. It skitters out in front, and the Tar Heels clear it into the near corner. Well, North Carolina might need a stoppage here. It feels like they're doing a lot of chasing right now. Rink-wide pass as they break it out. So Bowden gets a touch to it. Has his possession back around Hugo. Forces his way behind the net. Looking for some help coming in. Finds O'Shaughnessy for the one-timer. Blockered into the far corner, and it got up into the netting. So another face-off coming in the NC State. And that's one I think if you're North Carolina, even though you do get the puck into the offensive end and get a shot away, I think you're okay with that stoppage. Because as I mentioned, they just didn't look quite right that last trip down the ice. It felt like NC State really had an extra step, and the Tar Heels were doing a lot of chasing. Well, they'll try and chase it down again behind the NC State net as the Ice Pack control off the draw. Breakout pass off the near wall finds Bressingham. A little bit of a bad touch. Feels like as the period goes on and the ice gets choppy, it gets really choppy. We've seen both teams have some trouble with bouncing pucks at times. NC State will possess in the offensive zone, though. Turning with it, Monteith, top of the near circle. Skittered one wide in the near post. Bressingham back on it. Lifts it out in front. Monteith floats one on goal, and Hughes gets the glove on it before putting a fist into the chest of Monteith, who got up in his kitchen a little bit. Like to see a little bit of fight back from your goaltender. And again, credit to Joel Hughes coming in after the first period for Lucas Brown. And, you know, as I think back through it a little bit, I do wonder, because head coach Jeff Volkman said it before the game, and we mentioned it in the pregame, that Lucas Brown was a bit of a game-time decision. And I wonder if he just didn't feel right after that period, giving up those 2 goals. They elected to go with Hughes. He's come in and been strong. Just the one mistake, giving up the short side goal. But other than that, he's been pretty strong for the Tar Heels and certainly kept them in this hockey game. So we're tied 3-3. He's had to make a few key saves. Breakout pass knocked out of the air nicely by Zach Robinson. He'll possess back behind the net for NC State. Leaves it there for Herman. Slid around the wall. Langenfels on the far point. Shot on the ice. Nice diving block made by Leighton Walsh. But the Tar Heels, again, unable to break it out. Lots of pressure here from the Ice Pack. Robinson in the near corner. And now they'll scrum along the wall. Puck pops loose. Tar Heels able to come away with it. Pass centered for Mahan. He's going to be knocked off the puck, but that leaves Leighton Walsh to come in alone. He fakes. He scores! Leighton Walsh with 5:22 to go. Walks in alone and makes it 4-3. Well, one of the hockey cliches that you hear a lot is take the hit to make the play. That is exactly what David Mahan did. Just found a way to get in the way. Never really got possession or control of the puck to direct it to Leighton Walsh, but he got in the way. He drew the attention of both NC State players, and the puck squirted loose right to Leighton Walsh. And North Carolina back on top with 5:22 to go. Not sure if there will be an assist on that play or if it'll be unassisted. Either way, it's 4-3 Tar Heels, and they have done a great job weathering the storm from NC State. Foster absorbs a hit. Cowan will get to the loose puck and take it behind his own net. Less than 5 minutes to go in this hockey game. Tar Heels with a 4-3 lead at the moment. Stretch pass for Miller. On and off his stick. He's going to try and chase it down. Looked like he did. And NC State not going to be happy with the icing call. But the whistle did blow. So a face-off down in the NC State end here for North Carolina. And the Ice Pack players coming up the ice, giving the linesman a bit of an earful. And I can understand why. Miller, he made it close. And from where I am, I'm even with the NC State blue line, so it was at the other end for me. I really didn't have a good judgment on it. But he certainly looked like he made it close. So with an offensive zone draw, O'Shaughnessy to take it against Miller. It gets tied up in skates, trickles in on Tollier, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. 4:44 to go, only a few seconds trickling off the clock there. Face-off one forward by O'Shaughnessy. Couldn't direct the puck on net, though, and Victor Hugo will slap it up the wall for Garrett Arini. Ice Pack break it out. Centered for Matt Miller. He'll move in with Bailey. Miller looking for the shot, sliding over to the near post and squeezing the rebound is Hughes. And now Zajic and Winfrey getting into it a little bit with an Ice Pack player behind the net. I believe that's Bailey. I didn't see exactly what happened, whether he got a stick on Hughes after he made the stop. But the officials here probably going to make the right decision. They don't want, especially in a tight game like this, they don't want to let the tempers get out of hand. And so they're going to take 2 on this play. Bailey and Winfrey, 1 on each side. But not picking up any of the audio from our crowd mic as to what the conversation is down on the ice. Looks like they're trying to determine. It looks like it will be 4-on-4. At least that was the signal from the PA announcer, Wade Minter. Faceoff will be in the UNC zone. Right now, Matt Miller getting an explanation from the officials as to what the call was, or why it was called the way it was. Again, I don't know exactly what the 2 penalties were, but it was 2 minor penalties that will lead to 4-on-4 hockey. So it should be some fun hockey for the next 2 minutes with some extra space. O'Shaughnessy advancing for Carolina. Into the high slot, no shot option. Pestered by Miller, so he sends it deep. Kozowski behind the goal. Watched by Hugo. Sharp turn behind the net. Looking for his options, finds Malone up top, who slaps it back in. Malone pinned to the wall, couldn't get back to it, and now Arini moves forward. Going one-on-one with Gleason. Has help from Cowan. Beautiful back check from Simon Malone. And the Tar Heels now will clear it up and out of play. We'll get another face-off in the North Carolina end. Minute 20 left of 4-on-4 hockey. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. And I think the NC State fans who came into the building tonight are a little bit surprised and certainly got to be a little bit nervous right now, because I don't think they expected to see quite so good of a North Carolina team. Smart play there from Hughes to steer the puck away from the net. Now it's advanced forward for Hogan. Charging in. Save made by Toyer on the off-angle shot. Ice Pack looking to regroup. Langenfels up the far wall for Alex Robinson. He's got Zach with him. Lifts it forward, but right to Zajic, and Florian Zajic clears the zone. Langenfels gloves it down. Sent right back into the Tar Heel defense. Banked off the wall by Magan, intended for Foster, but stolen away. NC State comes back in with it. Zach Robinson trying to power to the net and couldn't. Now the Tar Heels have space. Zajic going one-on-one. The defenseman takes a shot, hits Hugo on the way in, and trickles to the near corner. Ice Pack break it back out. Robinson to Robinson. Rink wide to the far wing. Alex will bring it in. David Mahan on Alex Robinson. Down to 20 seconds left of 4-on-4. Tar Heels back in control. They need a change, and so Magan will gain the line and send it deep. 2:45 to go. We'll keep an eye on Isaac Toyer. I would imagine in the next minute or so he's going to be looking to the bench, and he is already well out of the crease, ready to come to the bench if he's needed. Puck comes out of the zone. Alex Robinson at center ice, 2:27 to go. Tried to lift it in, but right to Gleason, who gloves it down, and Leighton Walsh will pitchfork it into the near corner. 2:19 to go. Cowan first to it for NC State. Moves it up the wall. Ice Pack clear. Gleason slaps it right back in. Tar Heels doing a good job of not giving NC State anything easy coming through the neutral zone. Now Kozowski, and we've got a whistle, and I didn't see exactly what drew the whistle here. 2:01 to go. Well, it looks like a Tar Heel player a little bit slow. Getting up in that far corner. From where I am, trying to get a look at her camera angles too, but didn't see the number. There was a Tar Heel down in that near corner. And now the official's just trying to determine, I think, because they blew the whistle because of an injured player, where to put the face-off, and they're going to put it on top of the North Carolina blue line. One of their best lines out there right now, O'Shaughnessy, Saboden, and Kasowski for UNC. Defensive pairing is Zajic and Winfrey. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout. Head coach Tim Healy of the Ice Pack has called a timeout, and I can see him right down in front of me. And he's going to get on the whiteboard and draw up a play for his team. 2:01 to go. For those of you who may have missed a good portion of this game, this has been a very impressive showing from the North Carolina Tar Heels. I get my first look at them live last week. They were impressive, and I thought they could give NC State a game, and they have done that and then some. They were certainly the aggressors and controlled most of the play through the first period. Little hiccup at the end of the period, giving up 2 late goals, but they bounced back nicely. They score late in the second period, as it was Patrick O'Shaughnessy who opened up the scoring, just threw in at the net and found its way past Isaac Toyer. That made it 2-1, and then, as we've mentioned a couple times, the Tar Heels have been the better team to start each of the 3 periods. This was the most productive start to a period, though. 2 goals in the first couple minutes of the period gave the Tar Heels the lead. NC State answered right back to tie it up. And then later this period, puck squirts loose to Leighton Walsh. He comes in alone from the blue line. Backhand, forehand, past Toyer. And it's 4-3. That's where we stand. So NC State has their play drawn up. Toyer ready to go to the bench. Bailey wide on the near side. They weren't able to get it to him, though. They'll send it deep. Zajic first to it for North Carolina. And now Toyer going to go to the bench. He's going to have to retreat. Coming across the red line, Saboden, quick shot in, and a sliding Toyer makes the save. That was almost a disaster for the Ice Pack. They're going to move forward quickly. Arini at the blue line. Sends it in. Bailey just kept it onside. He'll drop it for Cowan. Looking to the middle. Loose in front and a wide open net. Missed by Arini. Hughes didn't know where it was. The Tar Heels will clear it all the way down. This should be icing. But, oh, man, Garrett Arini, who already has 1 goal tonight, might be kicking himself after that one. It was an awkward redirection in front. Hughes committed to that far post, and there was a wide open net for Garrett Arini. And now, with the icing call and some tired bodies on the ice, the Tar Heels are going to use their timeout. 1:25 to go. 4-3 UNC leading NC State. Now this will be an offensive zone face-off for the Wolfpack, and while the battle in the face-off circle has become a little bit more balanced as this game has worn on, NC State certainly, in my opinion at least, still has the advantage in the face-off circle. So if you're North Carolina, I think if you win the face-off, that the plan is obvious. Get the puck up and out. If you can, try to avoid icing, but most importantly, get the puck up, get it out, and make NC State come back down the ice. Now, you have to be ready, though, because of how well NC State has performed at the face-off dot tonight. You got to be ready to defend immediately as well. Tar Heels with Hogan, Winfrey, O'Hear, Zajic, and Foster on the ice. The 6 for the Ice Pack are Miller, Arini, Bailey, Oliver, Robinson, Alex Robinson that is, and Victor Hugo. 1:25 to go. 4-3 lead for the Tar Heels, looking for a big win here early in the season. 1 to Alex Robinson. Ice Pack will control. Robinson throws it to the net, getting the pads down and making the save is Hughes. They'll battle for it along the far wall. Zajic has it in his skates. He's able to clear it up and out with 1:10 to go. Robinson retreats to his own blue line. Quick pass up. Oliver gets a stick to it, but it's Zajic at his own goal line, clearing it out. Now Hugo has some pressure from Foster, goes D-to-D with Robinson down to the last 60 seconds. Miller gains the zone. He's going to send it right in on Hughes, who will cover it up for the faceoff. You can hear it over that crowd mic Same play as last time. That came out of the mouth of head coach Tim Healy of the Ice Pack. This puck is supposed to go back to Alex Robinson, and it sounded like he wants Robinson as the shooter as well. So Tar Heels going to have to be ready for a quick shot here, I think. 52 seconds to go. Puck tied up in the skates of the two centermen. It'll be worked back to the blue line. Quick shot coming from Hugo. That one deflected wide. 42 seconds to go. Tar Heels in control. Backhanded up the wall, but not out. A lot of pressure over on that far side from the Ice Pack. Arini gets to it in the corner. Out in front for Zach Robinson. He's dispossessed. It'll be chipped up by Kozowski and out of the zone, but he lost his stick in the process. Now a steal for O'Shaughnessy. He'll take it in and ice the hockey game. O'Shaughnessy pickpockets, I believe it was Herman, and takes it in on the empty net. 5-3 North Carolina. You could not have asked for a better period if you're the Tar Heels, and for everybody wearing blue in the arena tonight, I think they're enjoying watching the stream of red out of the building now. 5-3 lead for the Tar Heels as we restart play. Miglior will pin it along the wall. Down to 15 seconds to go. Still stuck over there. Good work from the Tar Heels. Mahan trying to chip it out but can't. It'll be lifted deep now. Emery Oliver down to 6 seconds to go. He sends it out in front. It's sent right back by Miglior, and it'll get stuck in that far corner to finish off the hockey game. Big win for the North Carolina Tar Heels. They fell behind 2-0 after the first, but they outscore NC State 5-1 through the final two periods and come away with a 5-3 victory. Impressive win for the Tar Heels on a couple of levels. Of course, talk about the fact that they had to battle back from behind 2-0 after really starting the game as the stronger team. I think over the course of 60 minutes, and of course the score bears it out, the Tar Heels played the better hockey game tonight. They were up and down the ice. They defended well. I wouldn't necessarily say NC State was careless, but they didn't always have their head on a swivel. Perfect example, the empty net goal for Patrick O'Shaughnessy. He sneaks up from behind on the NC State player, steals it away, and goes right in alone for the empty netter to clinch it. An overall excellent performance from the Tar Heels. A lot of credit as well to Joel Hughes, who comes in after one period and shuts the door pretty much the rest of the way for the NC State Ice Pack and helps the Tar Heels to a big 5-3 win. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at how this game panned out, and hopefully we'll get the head coach himself up here in the booth with us here shortly. Great one for the Tar Heels tonight. They come away with a 5-3 victory over the NC State Ice Pack.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Chris Lehman back with you here at Invisalign Arena, and it is a happy postgame for the North Carolina Tar Heels. 4 goals in the third period, including an empty netter from Patrick O'Shaughnessy to seal it late in the game. And like I said, you can't ask for a much better performance out of North Carolina tonight, battling back from a 2-0 lead despite really outplaying NC State for most of that first period. You got the goaltender in Joel Hughes, who comes in to replace Lucas Brown and looks great for the rest of the game. And then, of course, just the overall effort from North Carolina on both ends of the ice. They didn't get frustrated when they were having trouble getting through the neutral ice and into the offensive zone. They did a great job of handling the pushback from NC State that, of course, was expected. And then finally, the fruits of their labor became ripe, I guess would be the right way to put it, as you got into the third period. 2 quick goals to take the lead. And then again, pushback from NC State. They got a goal from McEnany as he was able to pick the top left corner on Hughes. It was really the only mistake that Joel Hughes made, or really noticeable mistake from Hughes, was leaving that short side open. But the Tar Heels, again, they didn't get discouraged. They didn't let the history of how these games have gone in the past, where a lot of times, you know, it feels like North Carolina's in the game, they're staying close, and then all of a sudden it's boom, 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 and NC State's ahead by 2-3 goals. That didn't happen tonight. They did a great job of defending. When they got back on their heels, they didn't panic. They continued to do what they know they needed to do to get back to their game, and they did it in the third period. Big goals from Leighton Walsh late, as well as Patrick O'Shaughnessy with his second of the night on the empty netter to seal it, and a great win for the Tar Heels here tonight. We're going to step aside. When we come back, hopefully head coach Jeff Volkman will be able to make his way up and chat with us real quickly before we head off the airs. But a great finish for North Carolina tonight. The Tar Heels taking down the Ice Pack by a final count of 5-3. We'll be right back here at Invisalign Arena.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Chris Lehman back with you here at Invisalign Arena. We're going to wrap it up here for the broadcast. We'll see if head coach Jeff Volkman can get up here before we finish. But if not, it was a great showing from the Tar Heels tonight. As we mentioned, up and down the lineup, you got a lot of great production, especially out of some guys that, you know, names weren't on the roster a couple years ago. Leighton Walsh with the game-winning goal in the last 5 or so minutes of the game. Patrick O'Shaughnessy opening up the scoring with a big goal late in the second period, and then icing the game with a big play and an empty netter at the end of the game as well. And then, of course, the big question for this team was going to be the goaltending this season. And, you know, you're 7 games and you have a decent feel of it, you think, but of course, you don't really get a true test of your goaltending until you face an offense like the NC State Ice Pack have. And I think the Tar Heels, one, did a good job of limiting those good chances that NC State can get as much as they could. And then when they weren't able to limit those chances and take them away, they did a good job of giving space in front of the net for their goaltender to see the puck and make the stop. And again, a lot of credit to Joel Hughes coming into this game after the first period and taking over for Lucas Brown and keeping the Tar Heels right in it, especially in that second period. We talked about it was a very evenly played period. Tar Heels struggled to find the back of the net through those first 40 minutes, did finally find it late in the second, but there were a couple chances where Joel Hughes could have let one slip by, and then who knows what happens if NC State gets up 3 or 4-0. Certainly don't think that it goes the same way that it did in the third period, but a great third period as the Tar Heels able to outlast the NC State Ice Pack tonight. We're going to wrap it up here from Invisalign Arena. Next time, it will be the Tar Heels taking on ECU. As we do want to let you know, the game tomorrow against Wake Forest has been canceled. The Demon Deacons did want to play it safe with the weather coming through, so no Saturday contest for the Tar Heels tomorrow, but they'll be back in action next Friday as they take on the ECU Pirates. Final count here at Invisalign Arena: North Carolina 5, NC State 3.